Welcome to this model. You are watching Satellite Communication Lecture Series. Today we are going to discuss about the differential GPS. A differential global positioning system is an enhancement to the global positioning system which provides improved location accuracy in the range of operation of each system. Differential GPS works by having a reference system at a known location measure the errors in the signals and send corrections to the users in the local area. These corrections will not be universal, but they will be useful over a significant area. So this diagram shows the DGPS geometry. That is, the corrections are normally sent every few seconds, and the user is generally some mobile platform such as ship, car, truck, or even an aircraft. The global positioning system delivers about 6-meter horizontal errors and 10 meters in 3 dimension to a dual frequency user. This was much worse for the civilian user before the intentional degradation of the signal was removed. So DGPS eliminates these kind of errors. Each DGPS uses a network of fixed ground-based reference stations to broadcast the difference between the positions indicated by the GPS satellite system and known fixed positions. These stations broadcast the difference between the measured satellite pseudo-ranges and actual pseudo-ranges, and receiver stations may correct their pseudo-ranges by the same amount. The digital correction signal is typically broadcasted to locally over ground station transmitters over shorter range. So the diagram which we are seeing now is the base and rovers parts of the DGPS, and the base is the stationary receiver situated at suitable location of site. So this is the base equipment, and the rover is the receiver to which we move to take the readings at different places of site. Now let us see how does the DGPS works. The stationary receiver must be located at a known control point. The stationary unit works backwards, that is, instead of using timing to calculate the position, it uses its position to calculate timing. Okay, so you can do this because precise location of stationary receiver is known, and hence so its location of the satellite. Once it knows the error, then it determines the correction factor and sends it to the other receiver. So this is how the message is sent to rover with correction factor for all satellites, and we can have more reference stations for the correction errors to be very accurate. Differential correction is nothing but the base station generates the corrections for all satellites in view, and the roving GPS receiver uses corrections to reduce the errors. Differential corrections can be performed in either real time or post-processed mode. So these are the error probable possibilities in normal GPS system. That is, the receiver may not be synchronized with the atomic clock of the satellite, and the estimate of the position of the satellite may have some errors, and multipath errors may occur. That is, the go signals from the multipath errors. That is, go signals are refers to the reflected radio waves, and it's not free sight to many enough satellites, and the noises in the errors. So these error possibilities are avoided in DGPS. So here are some of the advantages of DGPS. And DGPS helps to know the perfect location on the earth, and it provides accurate data within a minute. And GPS is quite accurate. However, using the DGPS pulses its accuracy even further. And the GPS and DGPS makes the AIBL guidance every precise as opposed to ILS and MLS. And here are some of the limitations of the DGPS system. The coverage area to take advantage of DGPS is limited, and to ensure greater coverage area, more DGPS stations need to be added, which increases the installation cost and everything. And the position accuracy degrades as the separation between DGPS and aircraft GPS RX increase. So here are some of the applications of the GPS. One is air navigation. So by using it a pilot A pilot can receive a constant information about where the plane is in 3 dimensions. And for weather forecasting, where the atmospheric information can be gained from its effects on the satellite signals. And the train controllers for such things was avoiding collisions and routing. It can be, the GPS can be used. Marine and ship navigation also we can use the GPS. So by using this, yeah, ship can receive constant information about current location and parking location of port. Now let us move on to Inmarsat. Inmarsat is nothing but International Maritime Satellite, as a satellite operated system that includes ship earth station terminals and Inmarsat B, C and F-77. So it provides telex, telephone and data transfer services between ship to shore and shore to ship, along with the priority telex and telephone services connected to the shore rescue center. Global Maritime Distress Safety System GMDSS is the internationally agreed upon set of safety procedures and types of equipments and communication protocols, and it is used to increase the safety and make it easier to rescue the distressed ships and boats and aircraft. Inmarsat has constantly audited by IMSO and reported on to the IMQ. Now, Inmarsat commercial services use the same satellites and network, and Inmarsat A closes at midnight on 31st December 2007, agreed by IMO MSC Circular 1076. Successful closure programs almost concluded overseen throughout the IMSO. So this is the outline of the Inmarsat Aero Mini M services. And we can just see the role of Inmarsat in GMDSS. So here the Inmarsat provides some important facilities, and it also provides the satellite communication capabilities available for carrying out various communication functions required by the system plan. So Inmarsat system provides capabilities for immediate alerting from ships to rescue coordinating centers, for reporting navigational meteorological information, and for research and rescue coordination used by ship earth station equipped vessels, and for general radio communications also.